Greetings, sports fans. This is George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service. And we're going to do a tutorial on this CT Yellow Sally Nymph. I will put the ingredients in the details like I usually do, but I'll walk you through the materials as I'm putting them on here. So this is what it looks like when it's done. And first thing, of course, this is a bead head. So we're going to use a 2.8 millimeter brass gold bead on Daiichi 1750 hook. This is a size 12. Excuse me. I'm using lead wire in this. It's Hareline's 0.02 lead wire. And I'm going to put 10 turns on here. And later on, that's what's going to give us the flat thorax. So I'm on the underbody, so I'm using a little heavier thread. This is Danville Flymaster 140D in black. Just going to get tied in there. Forgive me, I got to put a little more light on this, but I don't want to drown you out. Excuse me. So I'm going to run my thread right up to behind the lead. I'm going to make sure that I got my lead pushed up all the way up inside that bead. I'm going to just bring my thread with some loose wraps, and then I'm going to take a big long wrap right back here to the back. And then I can put some tighter wraps on here, and that'll push those thread wraps down into the coils in the lead. Then I'm going to run my thread back to the back, and excuse me, I'm using Turkey Biot number 12. Turkey Biot in yellow from Nature Spirit. For the tails, for the legs, for the antenna. And you're going to get these off of the very bottom of the outside part of a Biot turkey wing. So I'm just going to pull these off a couple at a time. I rotate my vise up so that it's flat so I can put that in where I want it. Take a couple of turns. That didn't work. You don't want that thing to spin on you. See how it's spinning? You don't want that. I'm going to keep that. Oh, wait a minute. That's why it's spinning. I didn't separate them. So when you separate them, just hold them between your pincher fingers and just push one over. And when you look at this Biot, you can see how it's got a natural curve. So you want to put the curve toward the hook shank. So that way, when it goes on and you put pressure on it, kind of curves out. See, like that. And I'm going to put the other one on. Just even them up. Put the other one on. And then to keep them separated, I take a turn underneath the inside one, go around, take a turn underneath the outside one. And then push them down together, and that keeps them separated. Then I'm going to run my thread back up here, back down here, and I'm trying to build a little ramp. I don't need that there. I want to build a little ramp between the shank and the lead so that when I put the body on later, it just eases right up in it. It's a good transition. Okay, so, excuse me, I'm going to paint this in head cement. That's for durability. That's why I do these in pieces. And I'm going to set that off to the side and let it cure. Once it's cured, now I'm going to switch to Semperfli's Nanosilk in 50D brown. I'm going to get tied in. You gotta get that little tag there, so I'm just going to slice that off. And you see how that thread does the spread thing there? In order to, it's a flat thread, so just give it a twist. There we go. Okay, so the first thing to go on there is my turkey biot for the body. So I'm going to pull one of these off, and you have to look at the biot. You can see how you got that little darker edge there. It's actually kind of translucent when you look at it without the camera. You want that facing down. So when you wrap this, your segments, they look better. You get that lashed on there. I'm going to grab that with my hackle pliers. And I'm just going to turn that on. Nice and gentle. And sometimes it'll pop off the hackle pliers. Nice and gentle. You're going to get about to that transition, but you're not going to get over it with the first one. All right. Then I'm going to go for a little dubbing bump right here. This is a blend that I made. It's rabbit fur and a little spectra dubbing. You don't need a big bump. This is the front part of the thorax. You just want to make sure you cover that transition. All right, now you're ready for your first leg. So back to the same piece of feather that you used for your antennas or for your back tails. And you're going to do the same thing that you did with the tails, because you want them to poke up. Snip that off. Get your other one. You want them pretty even. Snip that off. Yeah, snip that off. Oh. Careful you don't push your leg out of place. There we go. All right. And we're going to put a little leg support in here. Just a little bit of dubbing. Go around. Come up under the front leg. Go around. Go back down under the back leg. Yeah. And that kind of keeps them pointed out. Like that. All right. Now it's time for the back part of your wing pads. This is well, I had it here. This is thin skin. It's made by Wopsy. I get mine from Nature Spirit. And you're going to cut a little V notch in that. And then you want that piece of thin skin to just kind of lay right over the back like that. Give that a couple turns. Make sure it's where you want it. I don't like that. There we go. Make sure it's where you want it. And then you're going to pull that up, snip it off. Now, while you got this piece in your hand, you're going to go ahead and cut the next notch. So it's ready for when you're done with the next part here. And then another dubbing bump. And your next set of legs. So I'm going to do the same thing with the other leg. Now here, I don't really need to put dubbing on the thread. I can get up in behind there, go around. I don't guess you really need to put dubbing on the other thread. It just seems like it works pretty well that way. All right, now I'm going to put my other set of wing pads right up on top of there. Give that a couple of turns, make sure it's where I want it. That is not where I want it, or is it where I want it? It's a little hard to see. All right, that's where I want it. And I'm going to roll this back and take a couple turns right there. And I got some more dubbing. I'm going to put in here for the rest of the thorax. There's a nice transition off of that wing case and right up in behind that bead. Need a little more there. And it's okay if you feel the thread shift while the stuff gets up tight to the bead. That's okay. That's actually kind of a good thing. All right. Now, next, this set of front legs. Yeah, I pulled 3. And they go on the same way. Now at this point, the antennas are kind of optional. I like to put them on. Some people don't like to put them on. I gotta find a piece of. There we go. So you're putting these on the same way. That's 2. Looks like we need to put a little dubbing in there, take up that gap. That's all right. Got a little dubbing here. Put a little on there, take up the gap. Kind of stuff that down in there. Oh, that is a little long. I don't like that one anyway. There we go. Yep, that's a good length. You just got to be very careful when you're trimming these antennae off closer to the legs that you don't catch one of the legs and trim it off too, because then you're deconstructing to reconstruct, and that's always fun. All right. And you're going to bring this wing pad forward. And snug it down. Then you can pull up on it, trim it off. Take a couple more security turns. I'm going to paint this thread with some thick Solares thick. Give it a whip finish. Hit it with the light. Okay, now comes the interesting part. So we're going to take our dubbing brush and just kind of rough that up. So it kind of gives it the suggestion of gills under there. All right. And then the cool part, we're going to take our pliers and just flatten that lead out. And that flattens the profile. And there you have it. CT Yellow Sally Nymph. I hope this tutorial was fun for you. If you choose to tie these, I hope you catch lots of fish with them. So you can find this and other cool bugs on the website and www.custom-tied.com. That's CUSTOM-TIED.com. Have a splash. Don't forget the dash. And please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more cool tutorials. Happy tying!